that's what I wanted to see, ladies and gentlemen. Ha! Oh. Good game all around. It was really good. Sorry for that loud noise, but good game all around. The Eagles beat the Giants 34 to 13. It felt more like 34 to 2 because we destroyed them. It was easily best game against a division rival I've seen in a while. The Eagles just manhandled them on every aspect, maybe except for one Saquon Barkley. Eli Manning looked like a deer in headlights the entire game. Carson Wentz threw 3 touchdowns, no picks, no fumbles. Lane Johnson got his act together. Jason Peters left with an injury to his biceps, so Vaitai came in, and the offensive line looked pretty dang good today. Running the ball overall was really good, was pretty decent. Wendell Smallwood had a near turnover late in the third quarter that could have shifted the tides a little bit, but he recovered it. Overall, Corey Clement coming back was a big part of the win. Alshon Jeffrey had a big game. Nelson Aguilar with some big plays, had 90 yards receiving. Jordan Matthews back-to-back third down conversions in the late third quarter to keep drives going. All in all, this game was great. Like, there's nothing more I can say about it. I might not seem pumped up. It's just 11:40. I'm a little tired. But overall, it just felt good not to have a game where we were the one that were behind, you know? That we were the ones that had to come back and try and make a game-winning miracle in the fourth quarter against the Vikings, against the Titans, you know? It just felt good to be on the winning side all throughout the game. Eli Manning, in his first 2 attempts, threw a pick, and that just set the tone in my eyes. I saw that, and I'm like, this team has finally woke up from a Super Bowl hangover. I think it's safe to say that this game should motivate us moving forward. We have Carolina and Jacksonville and London, and then we have our bye week. Then we play Dallas. So, all in all, this was a really good game. Nothing more that I have to say. It was very well thought out. There were a couple of calls that were a little meh, but nothing too aggressive. The run-pass balance was a lot better. Wasn't fully balanced, but it was a lot better than it's been in previous weeks. And at the end of the day, the defense got it done. Jalen Mills didn't get torched. He only had one bad play, which was, I guess he got burned a little bit. He was stride for stride with the guy, but he was on the outside of him rather than inside, so he wasn't able to get a hand in there. Ronald Darby stepped up a lot. Sidney Jones left with a hamstring injury. Let's hope with these 10 days of rest he can get back in there because he was looking pretty well. Fletcher Cox in the defensive front got a lot of hits on Eli Manning, which is what we've needed. We needed that pressure to get right into Eli Manning's face, and we got it. 4 sacks, forced a fumble that was nearly a touchdown recovered in the end of the end zone, but we weren't able to recover it. All in all, man, this was a really good game, a game that I could just sit back, kick my feet up, and relax to. It was really fun. Sorry to all you Giants fans, but you are 8 losses, or 9 losses rather. I don't even know the entire stat, but in the last 8 or 9 games, I think we've beaten you guys. So, yeah, that's great. And I'm very happy with what I saw. That's really all I have to say, was that it was just everything executed very well. The only issue, again, might just be tackling on the defensive side. Not all the time, but at certain moments in the game where a specific number 26 had the football. Their running back, Saquon Barkley. He was a monster. And I said that I would have... I remember saying it when we were talking about him in the preseason looking really good. I'd need to see it in real game, regular season, to believe it. I believe it. He's really good. And he's the only player on that team that can get this team going. He's the only guy on that team. He's the reason why they have 13 points. You know, that it's just that simple. Barkley is the heart and soul of that team. It's no longer Odell. It's no longer Eli. It's Saquon Barkley. I can't speak. He had like well over 200 of their 3-something total offensive yards, which is just absolutely insane to think about. He had over 100 rushing and nearly 100 catching out of the backfield, I believe. So, definitely their best player on the Giants side of things. But, oh no, man. I'm happy with what I saw. A big improvement. Big changes were made, and it worked out in the end. I am not trying to diss on Jason Peters because I love the guy, and I know he went out with an injury. But honestly, the offensive line did better when he wasn't in the game. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but at the early stages of the game, I think it was Olivier Vernon, number 54 of the Giants, who was returning to the Giants today in his season debut. He was running all over Jason Peters. Lane Johnson was struggling at first, but you saw in the second half of the game, he started to step up, make really big-time pushes against defenders and everything. It was just, all in all, this game was a lot better than the last two, and we're first place. We're back in first place. Sure, it's at 3-3, but we're back in first place, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day. We got the divisional win, and that's big. That's big, especially with this 10-day break. We have, where we can just sit back and relax until Carolina comes to Philly. So, at the end of the day, Eagles win this game 34-13. It was a very good game, and let's hope that this pushes the Eagles to continue to play like this more often. So, not much more I gotta say. Whew, man. I'm gonna hop off, guys. Fly Eagles fly, and I'll see you all later. Yeah, very good game. I agree, Tacos. It was a great game, and I'm so happy. Fly Eagles fly. I'll see you guys later.